start up the stream.
By the way, the new guy, Jonathan, who is joining us next week, he said that he will be watching our stream today.
Yeah, he asked about that, and I said, yeah, you should probably watch the stream because he was asking about coming into the chat, and I said, well, it might be better if you just watch the stream because you could hear us that way anyway, and then you could see the game table and everything.
Don't appreciate the bastardization of my name. What's that Y at the end? It's disgusting.
What bastardization?
It's spelled Charlie with a Y at the end.
Oh, yeah.
It's not allowed. I accept Charles, Chuck, Chaz, never with a Y.
Accepted spellings. It's fair enough. Yeah, we'll give Grinkle and Dan, or Ryan and Dan, like I'll say a couple minutes, and then we'll just get started. Let me use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Too much coffee.
I guess that means all the loot in the laboratory is ours.
Yeah, that's true.
The two people with minimal interest in laboratories.
No, I'm quite actually. I'm maybe interested because I'm proficient in both herbalism and alchemy. So I'm quite interested in if there is anything like alchemical there. But other than that, yeah. not much. Also, I'm at 6 hit points. I'm at 6 hit points maximum. So I really need. I cannot afford another encounter.
Yeah, that's fine.
So probably after we take a look at the laboratory, I would really love a long rest back at the camp.
Sounds like a thing we can do.
By the way, Charlie, do you mind taking notes today if there is no one else? Because I'm not at home. I'm not at home. I'm in a very weird setup. It would be quite hard for me.
That's fine.
I'm just on vacation, like chair near a pool. I'm not bragging. Just hard to take notes.
Yeah, that's fine. Give me story points.
Absolutely.
More story points for me.
Yeah.
I will find out what this dark star is, and I will drag everyone along with me once I reach the 10. We will find something out.
Yeah, we'll have your personal quest.
Yes. Yeah. Also, the only thing I've really ever wanted is a sentient item to talk to, so I might try and get that in there as well. I was thinking maybe a shield.
All right, I'm back. Now the question is, who was journal last time? Looks like it
It
was
was me.
Nil.
We already talked, and Charlie agreed to be scribe another time because it's quite hard for me to do it right now on this weird setup I'm having.
Yeah.
I'll just take this one as well.
Did you not get one of the people that are like fanning you with palm fronts to type it out, or are they strictly palm
Yeah, but they
fronts?
don't. But they cannot take notes. You know.
They have the
Yeah,
fans.
they can't. Yeah, they can't take notes and fan.
It's an unfortunate limitation. So it would be Wildfire's turn, technically. Usually Kane, yeah, you'd be at the bottom, but... Or, yeah, Nil, obviously, since you were previous scribe. Well, why don't we do a recap? And then, we'll see who's here. And, yeah, we can kind of take it from there. Hang on a sec, though.
Okay.
Maybe at least wait for Quentin.
Alright. Yeah, so why don't we do a recap now and see who shows up, and then we can decide scribe. Who's going to be scribe.
Give me story points, but yes. Cool. So the last session was the 90th of summer, and it starts at 9 a.m. We get up and we discuss that if we go and help them find their missing group, we could have a meeting with Orchard and get him to possibly leave Char alone. Robert and Kane favour helping them. Nil is opposed, saying bandits can't be trusted, and they will be given the chance. They will all be given the chance to flee or die. Grinkle chimes in to support Robert, saying it's important to get more information. Flint's confused as we are not killing them immediately. The group decides to check out this missing hobgoblin route. Flint and Dallas, the scout, leads us through the forest. We pick up a trail. We arrive at a statue in the woods where we find a set of stairs leading down a spiral staircase. Neil takes the stairs down first into the dark. Neil believes it's a high elfin crypt built during a previous cycle. The rest follow behind. We arrive at the bottom and find names carved into the walls. A rune circle is in front of one of the double doors. Neil determines it is a protection spell to seal the undead. Neil lets the party know and with them, and then Neil and Robert opens the double door. A ghoul appears down the corridor. Grinkle starts combat, whizzing a crossbow bolt down the corridor, and a bunch of ghouls rush us. Neil and Robert form a barricade in the corridor as Flint and Kane and Grinkle start whistling down the ghouls from behind them. Kane cleaning up the ghouls that make it past Robert and Neil. There's also a big undead ghast that comes as part of the later group. Kane activates his channel divinity, turn undead, causes them to flee deeper into the dungeon, and we don't see him again. Neil and Robert get caught a few times by the claws of the ghouls, but manage to shake off the paralytic. We dispatch the group, and after a quick kill, we proceed deeper into the dungeon. Robert blocks off the door where the ghast ran in. We go west and find a room with the dead hobgoblins and 9 holes in the ground. Flint and Robert loot the hobgoblins, finding 20 gold pieces and 2 signet rings, denoting these hobgoblins as high rank. We open another door and find another corridor. We continue down it, and Robert almost falls into a spike pit. Flint notices a glint in the pit and sends his spirit to teleport out. The glint turns out to be a rod, and as it's teleported out, it is stuck suspended in the air. Robert tries to move it, but Flint finds a switch and Robert is flying. Robert then tries out the rod and hands the rod to Flint. Neil approaches a door that reads laboratory further up the corridor. As he approaches, a wraith walks through the door. A fight ensues. Neil is dropped by the wraith, whilst Robert has his strength sapped. We kill the wraith and some ghouls and proceed to take a rest. After collecting the assets, Sprinkle goes to investigate the door and manages to lockpick the door. We enter into the converted laboratory.
All right. Thank you for that recap. So, it is the 90th of summer at 10:30 in the morning. Another thing that Robert mentioned that we could discuss is if people are absent, do they want their characters to be played by other people? Like, so instead of going into the background, someone would basically have control of your character. Like, how would you...
In combat, I assume.
Yeah, in combat. Out of combat, I would try to roleplay absent characters, but in combat, it would be one of you controlling them.
Yeah, that's fine.
How would you guys feel about that?
Yeah, from my point of view, I'm usually quite okay with that. I used to play like that all the time, and I think it's not a big deal. And at least it gives us we still can count on people. Like, if we have a cleric, we can count on his aura. If we have paladin, we can count on bless. Like simple things like that. Other than that, like people just going into the background randomly, it's not very. Of course, then there is like, what if they die? Then I don't know. What do you think, Charlie?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think my character is particularly difficult to play.
Yeah, so you're basically just signing a waiver that, you know, if your character dies while you're away, that's okay. And you accept that.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks if it happens, but, I mean, you kind of have to just trust people to play your character well.
Yeah, and you will have evidence in form of a stream.
Yeah, I have it on stream now. We can look up the stream.
We can see what stupid thing they did.
Yeah. Oh, I more meant for the verbal consent. Yeah, now I have you on record.
Yeah, just want to see what stupid thing someone tried to do.
Exactly. How exactly did they die? By the way, Dan is coming. He's on his way.
Oh, okay. But I think Ryan already said he didn't mind that at one point. He said you guys can play my character. So I guess, do any of you want to take over Ryan for now? Willing to play a bard?
I can try that, yes. I think I can do it.
Alright, I will give you Grinkle. So temporarily, you should see Grinkle as controllable in your journal.
Yes. All good.
Okay, and Dan's about to get here. Alright, so we can pick things up. We'll try out this system and maybe I'll adopt it back in my other games if it goes well. So you have gone north, opening the door, which seems to lead into some kind of laboratory. There are various tables filled with strange instruments. Do any of you have alchemy proficiency?
I do.
Alright, so you would notice that this north table here actually has some very nice alchemy instruments on it. You believe... Let's see. Give me an alchemy check using intelligence. You might know something else.
Using intelligence. That's not good. Let me try.
I'll say intelligence or wisdom. Your call.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I forgot. I just had a default on wisdom. I didn't have it ask. But my intelligence is 0, so -2 to whatever I rolled.
Well, I said you can use intelligence or wisdom.
Okay, I just used intelligence. Yeah.
So with wisdom. So you
Okay, fine.
think that with these specialized tools, you could make potions easier.
Hmm. Yeah, Robert looks at this and he acts a little bit like an expert. He just picks up this thing and says, this is a nice tempered glass. And, ooh, this looks heat resistant. Very interesting, very interesting. Haven't seen those in a while. And he will try to collect it. And,
So unfortunately, you would need the table.
okay, so
So
it is a whole table.
this whole thing probably weighs about 120 pounds.
Nah, this is not something. Well, I guess if we clean this thing up, and if we make it safe, we could ask someone from our camp to come and pick it up.
Yeah, your camp would definitely have an easier time moving these around than you
Yeah.
in the
So
dungeon.
Rob will just remember it, remember that it is here, and kind of make a mental note. Then, when we think this thing is safe, to ask someone to pick it up.
So you also notice on the table 3 potions unidentified.
On this one.
Yeah, on the alchemy table.
Okay. Yes, I will take them and wait for a better, wait until we have a little bit of time, and then I'll kind of ask Grinkle to identify it.
Okay. And finally, so you're taking the 3 unidentified, right? And
Yeah, I will take
also
them.
120 Maho of nature components.
I'll note them.
I'll say. Okay, yeah. And, let's see. I think we just got someone.
Yeah, me. Sorry, I'm late.
Someone's dog is barking.
I think it's mine.
It is around me, probably.
Oh, okay.
Just some random neighbor's dog.
Gotcha. All right. So let's see. That is all that's on that table. I'll say. Yeah, none of you have a very good passive investigation. So that's what you'd find on the alchemy table.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. One more thing. A recipe for making potions of greater healing.
Nice. What does it say? What would it need?
So recipes, you can basically collect them, and that allows you to craft those items. The greater healing potion, I think it's an uncommon, so it's something like I want to say 5 days of downtime, and you can. I want to say it costs like either 100 or 200 maho or gold pieces if you're in town to create it. I have to go look up the exact
Yeah.
amount, but it's basically the base crafting rules from what's it called? Not the DMG, but the newer ones. I always forget the name of the book.
Mhm.
But yeah, so it's. I guess I could look it up real quick. Uncommon potions. Actually, have a handy spreadsheet with all the crafting info. Just need to find it. There it is. Downtime activities.
Some like Van Richten's guides to something.
Yeah,
something
it's
else?
XG Xanathar's, I think, guide to everything.
Senator's guide. Yeah. Right.
So crafting is it's normal healing, but greater healing. So greater healing is 5 days and costs 100 maho of components. Usually, you could use religious or what's it called? Religious or nature to do that.
Yeah. Okay, 5 days is a problem, but other than that, it's a
Yeah.
very useful thing. Hey, Flint, you're back with us.
If you have
Hey, yeah,
alchemists
sorry.
under your employ, you can also, pay them to do it.
Yeah. So we probably will ask Melody for that. Good
Okay.
to have you back, Flint.
Yeah, welcome back. So the other tables look like they are part of some kind of magic laboratory. You would see on one of them. I'll just put it in chat. So did someone take the stuff that was in chat from that one
Yeah.
table?
Yeah, I have it there.
So there is a strange dagger laid out on one of the tables, kind of like a.
You know what? While we are investigating this all, I will just ask Grinkle to start casting Identify as a ritual.
All right. So as long
Because
as he
I
has
have
the.
I think he. Let me see.
So
Because I remember that.
usually with identify, you have to choose something. Do you mean detect magic?
No, I mean Identify because he has Identify. He does have Identify, and this is a ritual spell, so he should be able to cast it, right?
Now the question is, I forget. Do bards get ritual casting?
Yes, they do.
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, he could. He would probably say, "Well, we don't know if the dagger is magical, but if it is, then the spell should work." So he picks it up and
And
says, "I
if I
guess."
if I recall correctly, I think it not only, I think you can identify not only one thing, like you should one object that you must touch throughout
It's
the
10
casting of
minutes,
the
yeah.
spell. If it, I'm just wondering, like, um, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it's required attunement to it, and yeah, I think just looking at the dagger, does it look any like rusted or anything? Because how usually I tend to identify if it is magical or not. Like it has been here for many years. Looking at how old this place is, if it still looks new, it's likely to be magical.
So it does look new. In fact, do any of you have what is it, blacksmithing?
No.
Blacksmith tool knowledge?
No.
Okay. So it does look new. It looks like it is very finely crafted. The style of it makes you think it is from the Desert Empire, which means it was probably crafted more recently. Do any of you have Arcana?
I do.
So Arcana here might tell you something. I'll say DC is 12. Okay. So you're kind of looking over all this as he's examining the dagger. The table itself has an interesting layout of magical components. And looking closer, you think there was some kind of ritual being performed here. The way the components have been mixed, the way that there are some markings like on the table, and the recipe make you think someone was in the middle of enchanting this dagger. You would guess that there's probably about 2 days left on the enchantment to make it a +1. Now, it seems like the ingredients are still here, so if you wanted to, you could break the ritual and collect the arcane components that were being used, but if you spent another 2 days working on this, you could make this into a +1 dagger. And also, you believe the dagger itself is masterworked.
So +1 to attack or also to damage?
So it is balanced in a way that you could attack quicker with it. You believe you could make an attack with it as a bonus action.
Ooh.
And keep the
This
normal
is
bonuses. It's a very quick weapon. It looks like it allows for
would it
better
would it
balance and maneuverability.
would this kind of property stay after it is enchanted?
Yes.
Hmm. Interesting. What do you guys think? I personally think we don't have a luxury of finishing the ritual for 2 days here. I don't think it's going to happen. Like sitting here for 2 days, I kind of.
You know that
And
usually enchanting something like this would take 10 days, so about 8 days of the ritual are complete. Nil, you would know that.
Yeah.
So if you did
who would
break
do?
the
Who,
ritual, you could get about 150 maho of arcane components.
who would you need to complete the ritual? Like, what kind of crafter do you like? Can any one of us do that?
So you would need Arcana. I'll say, well, you need Arcana, Religion, or Knowledge Nature to make an enchanted weapon, which I think Nil has, so Nil could work on it.
Yeah. I'm just wondering who would it would be a very fine weapon, but this isn't the greatest place to made it. There's a reason the original creator was interrupted.
Well,
Exactly.
I mean, we are the Starry Knights, Gringle says. I mean, if we just murdered everything in here, we could claim this place.
Do we have to do it here, or can we do it just anywhere?
Probably here only because the ritual was set up.
Yeah, so usually, I mean, if you had the table back at camp, so to craft something like this, you would need a magical lab, and you would need it to be stationary while crafting. Like, you couldn't be moving the table around like traveling and craft. You would have to be in one place to craft something like this. Same with any type of crafting. At this point, yeah, since this ritual is in progress, you would have to finish it here. Moving the table would disrupt the what was being set up, basically.
Mm-hmm. Well,
this might not be depending on what else we find here. This may not be a bad base of operations.
I think it does look like like it is a great dagger, even without enchantment. Like the bonus action attack alone is a very good dagger.
Here's the thing I want to point out: we don't have to take it with us right now. We could clear out the whole place and then come back and finish it.
Exactly. I like your thoughts, and I think this is something that I was leaning towards as well. Just make sure it is safe. Then we can both finish the ritual, and I can claim this table to myself, and I point towards this alchemy table. We can just, after we are sure that this thing is safe, we can just do whatever we like and finish the ritual.
I do think
So
that
good to
is
know.
the best course of action, Kane says. With our current situation, it would be very dangerous to set up shop here and work on this. So perhaps, yes, once we have a more secure location, we can finish this ritual. Which one of you would want this dagger? Just out of curiosity, he says.
I think it doesn't matter, just the sheer value of it. We could sell it for a lot of money because I think it is a very valuable item, not just to use it. And I look around because I don't believe any one of us is really a dagger person.
Oh, but I suppose we could hold on to it for if we meet any new people.
Yeah, possibly we could do that.
We could arm our forces.
Or in a pinch, we could just sell it for good cash.
He says those gods' cursed spirits seem to be resistant to my blade. I've heard that daggers such as this, once enchanted, can destroy things like ghosts and other things that don't
True.
usually aren't as well affected by normal weaponry.
Yeah, this is very true. But yeah, unfortunately, we have to clean this thing before we finish it. So anything that is resistant to non-magical attacks, we still have to deal somehow.
So he is going to go, I'll say Kane goes and kind of looks at the other table. And actually, at this point, I need D20 rolls from everyone, as there is a wish list item there. It's
Copy.
materializing as he's looking at it.
Oh no.
Oh, so nil. I assume you have a wish list.
I do.
Alright, let me take a look. Give me a D100 roll.
Legendary.
Okay,
That's
so let's see. Where's nil? There you are. Alright. So there is let's see. It looks like there is an old holy symbol, which is looks like a symbol of Palor. But there's something definitely special about this, as you notice that the light glinting off of it. Well, first of all, it looks like completely new, almost unnaturally so, and the light glinting off of it is reflecting back more shiny than you would expect. Kane would say, "Oh, what's this?" He picks it up and kind of shows it to you all.
And since I believe we haven't, I think Kane did not, or not Kane, Grinkle did not start to cast Identify spell because, like, we just figured out that this was not a magical item. This was almost a magical item.
You're pretty sure, yeah. I mean, it could be, but it looks like they were enchanting it. So if it was already enchanted, that would be a waste. So your guess would be it's a masterwork.
I don't believe then I think at this point, Grinkle would start casting Identify to figure out what this is, because it does look like a magical item.
Okay. So Grinkle will attempt to pass
Spend
10 minutes. As usual, when time is passing, if you want to be doing something, just let me know before I finish.
I just want to check out the statue and the picture on the walls.
Sure. So there are two paintings, which I'll put in chat. So those are the two paintings. You would assess them to be of those values. Oh, I should have asked, do any of you have history?
I do.
Okay, so yeah, then you could assess their values.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you want to take those, They're kind of big and bulky, but they could be worth something to the right person.
I think we after we clean it, we could probably ask someone from the camp to go and pick up everything we find, including those. What do you think, Nil?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think we should be carrying around paintings right now. But when we clean it, then we definitely could use some gold. And I remember Blackwater was quite fond of some art. We could sell it to him.
Yes, he's the only one in town who could probably afford such a thing, Kane says. Alright, so what do you want to do? Oh yeah, you're passing time. So 10 minutes would pass. And he would identify the item.
Nice. I remember, Neil, you were telling us about this thing and how you like it. So probably looks like it could be yours.
Says why. I carry no shield, and yes, I'm a bit busy in combat to be worrying about everyone, so it makes sense that Nil, our healer and doctor, would take such a thing. I'd like nothing more than you to keep me safe if such a hit should occur on me.
Yeah.
Alright, so you take that, the Guardian emblem. Grinkel would say, shall I look at these potions? Oh, and I'll also, one thing I do is that if you do have alchemy, you can identify non-healing potions, same as if you had the spell. It just takes 10 minutes. If you have herbalism, you can identify healing potions, same as if you had the identify spell.
Could we? I didn't know that. Could we just say I used 10 minutes that Grinkle was casting his identify to do one potion?
Yeah, so you would figure out that one of these is some kind of healing potion. Because you wouldn't
They
be
have
able
both
to...
herbalism and
Oh, yeah,
alchemy.
both? Alright, so then you would
Yeah.
find out... Yeah, one of them. Boom.
Ooh, this is good.
So who is taking the greater healing potion?
Mm,
Oh, and who took the
Well,
Masterwork Dagger, or are you leaving it here for now?
I think we're leaving it here for it to, we plan to complete it at some point.
Okay.
The greater healing potion. I think I would keep it, and I will also keep two other unidentified ones, and I will identify them later, because I'm the only one right now who cannot heal himself.
Yes,
I think everyone else has some kind of healing option.
You do look dreadful, Robert. Perhaps we should...
But this is not gonna help. This is not gonna help.
Yes, but I was going to suggest perhaps we should retreat to camp, and once there we can rest and try to figure out what these other potions do.
As much as I want to progress and kill all of those undead, I want to agree. Yes, I feel terrible. Let's just make sure we just investigate everything we can in this room before we leave, so we don't have to go back here.
So you think that's pretty much it. Like I said, there are the two labs and the paintings, but as far as items go, that's all that you have right now. He says, Kane would say, the camp could definitely come back here later if we were to make this place safe. Maybe bring some of these laboratories with us. But yeah, for now, like you said, we should probably leave them be.
So, Flint, Nil, Grinkle, what do you think? I think we should go. Let's have a rest. I really hate to be the one triggering this, but I'm in no shape to fight until I have a good rest.
Well, Grinkle looks nervously towards the door. He says, we would have to make it through the hallway, and there could be more ghouls on the way. Are
That's
we ready
true.
for a fight if one is forced upon us?
No.
Well, we don't have a choice.
Well, we could perhaps rest a bit in here, at least a short rest to tend to Nil's wounds. He looks over at Nil, who is definitely below half, even though he's marked as above.
Oh, I didn't notice that. You looked better than you actually are, Nil.
He was hiding it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And you notice he has a big gash on his side.
Yeah, it's the armor.
So what do you think, guys? We rush for the exit, or we wait for Nil to recover a little bit?
I can fix this up quickly. I think we should just probably get out of here. Pit on this door closed. So
Yeah.
and then just go.
Oh, and technically, even though he's not playing, and we were kind of talking about this before you got here, Flint, but I was saying it sounded like this group wanted to have people play characters if people missed. Would you be okay with that? So, like,
Yeah.
if you weren't here a week, are you okay? Because that would mean, like, if you died when you weren't here, like, your character would die.
Oh, Let me think about that one, and I'll come back to you.
Because, yeah, that is the risk. If you're in the background, you're pretty much safe unless there's a TPK. But if someone is playing you and you get killed, then you are dead.
I'll
So-
have to think about it, and I'll get back to you on that one.
Alright. So the other thing is Kane is still with the party. Does someone want to play him for the time being? Someone other than Robert, because Robert already is playing Grinkle in combat.
I can do it.
Okay. Give you control for now. So Nil, you should see his sheet. So Grinkle would say, well, I think it would be safer for us to rest here, but it's also risky in its own way. Because we could be attacked, and if we were attacked by a large force, our retreat would be cut off.
Exactly.
Yes.
I think we probably should just patch Nil up and try to go for the door. It's not far, by the way.
No.
No.
So when you say patch him up, what do you mean? Like a short
I'm
rest?
I'm just
Um,
gonna cast, if we're just doing a rest anyway, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at level 2 and before as we're going.
Alright. So you channel some healing energy. Give yourself a boost.
Yes. Cure Wounds at level 2.
Okay. Nice. So you regain 12, feeling much better. Because now you are actually winded. Alright, so you don't have to move your tokens. We'll just say you are attempting to travel out of here, since you know the way. Let me see how that goes. Alright. So, as you are traveling, unfortunately, you make it to the crypt room. And as you're coming into the room, you would hear movement in the hallway beyond. I'll say that Flint is the first one to hear it. Something is moving around in that hallway. So here, I'll throw you guys back on.
Yeah, I don't think I can see anything.
So you don't see anything yet, but there, and your aura would be gone right now.
Oh, just I don't have any vision at all.
Okay, let's see. Do you have a light source?
You'd have the Yeah, he has
Yeah,
the lantern that I've done control flame on that's made it
control
brighter.
flames.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, here we are.
So yeah, there is something moving around in the hallway beyond. You don't know if it's heard you yet, but... Alright, so if you step up there, the creature is going to see you. I need initiative rolls.
Oops.
So in the hallway beyond, you would see one of those large, muscular ghouls that you saw before.
Is the door broken that I kind of closed with a piton? The one here?
No, that door is still shut.
Hmm. So he either ran around somehow, or it is another one.
Alright, so the creature growls. So the first to react to this. And those of you controlling other characters, you'd have to drag them on and roll initiative.
Yep.
Alright, so the first to act... I still need the Grinkles initiative.
I'm trying. Okay.
Alright, so yeah, the first to
And
act is going
which
to
one?
be... Oh, the gas there. So he
Ooh.
would see you, and then immediately start rushing up towards you. So he moves 30 feet. Seeing Flint, he is going to go for you. You don't have a color yet. I'm going to give you purple. So yeah, he rushes in and is going to jump at Flint with a claw. 13 is not enough as Flint jumps back like, oh. And that will be it. Do you have 20 temp HP?
No, it's the wildfire spirit. So it doesn't register. It has a different HP than me. It gives her mine, so I've done the red one for her HP.
What do you mean?
So if you click the wildfire token, it says 20. Her HP says 27. Her armor class is 18.
Oh, you can
which
edit
is mine.
that.
I have, and then every time I goes back to it, it brings it back to that. So I now just use the red one.
Oh,
so I know what I'm
I
doing.
think I see what you're saying. Yeah, I can edit the. You have to edit the token directly. Oh, well, that's why it's doing it. It's for some reason. Okay, so wildfire, spirit. Wait. Why is it? Oh, because it's called Ember, not Wildfire Spirit. Sorry, everyone. It's technical difficulties. Ember. You said it's supposed to have 20?
Yeah, at the minute, this level is meant to have 20.
Okay. There you go. It should be fixed. Alright, so that is it for
Okay,
the
yeah.
ghast. Nil. Are you muted?
Shouldn't be. Can you hear me?
Now. Yes.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, the best thing to do would be to stand here and hit the ghast.
Alright, so you rush up smelling a horrible odor coming from it, swinging at it. Uh, 16 would be enough to strike it. Its AC is only 13, so you cut into it for 8, getting its attention. Anything else? Alright, Flint.
Okay.
Starting your turn next to it, you are threatened to be overwhelmed by its horrid stench. I need a con save DC 10, or be poisoned. Alright, so luckily you resist the stench and gain immunity to gas stench for 24 hours. If you remember to tell me that next time. Well, if you encounter them again within 24 hours.
Okay.
Any gust or only this particular gust?
Any ghast.
Right.
For now, I'll give you the potion bottle to remind me you have to keep making that check.
So it's immune. Yeah.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
Okay. What do I want to do? What's I'm speaking of? I think probably
If you're talking, I can't hear you.
All right now.
Yes, now I can hear you.
Oh fuck, that would get to me. So there. Bollocks. Cool. Alright. So, we're gonna do this. I am going to. Bucket burning hands.
Alright, so you chant, pointing towards the creature as a spray of fire bathes it. It will attempt to dodge, but it is not quick enough and is caught right in the middle of the fire, dealing 14, badly wounding it, or wounding it with third-degree burns. It will now change focus back to you.
That's cool. Then, Ember. We're gonna do this just because I'm gonna tell Nil and just go, don't fight it! And Ember will teleport us. Willing, if anyone's willing. I am. I don't know if Nil is.
Alright, Nil, are you willing?
I have learned from my previous encounter to just let the teleportation
Go with the
happen.
bird. Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
So as the fire
Go this
starts to flow out, you just kind of nod as you vanish. And he would... was it a dex save?
Yeah. I'll link it.
So he is
Sorry,
bathed in even more fire. Failing the dex save, he takes another 3. And at this point, you would hear more shuffling, Flint, from over here. Is that it for you?
I'm gonna shout. I will shout and tell everyone go, yeah, I think we're about to be joined by a bunch of undead things. Can I start burning them all? That's it.
Alright, so
Absolutely.
another one comes running over from around the corner. He will rush in further with a dash, ending his turn. Robert. So starting in this hard stench, I would need a con save. Once again, DC 10. Alright, so you do resist the stench, becoming immune to it for 24 hours. From the current time, which you can always view the time in the journal at the very top, I believe. But what do you want to do?
Mm-hmm. Ah, damn it. Robert will step here and attack this ghast.
Alright, so you cut at the ghast. Oh, but 10 versus a 13 is not enough, and he dodges your swing. Now looking towards you. Anything else?
Yes, that's pretty much all I can do.
Alright, more noise as another one of these creatures comes running around the corner after his ally. A lot of lag for some reason. He will also, let's see, 5, 15, 25, yeah, 25, he'll run to here, engaging Kane. Kane.
When I click open Kane's sheet, it brings up the character mancer, and I don't think it should be doing that.
Yeah, he was from D&D Beyond.
Oh.
He was playing from D&D Beyond. You won't be able to play him that easily.
Alright, you know what? I'm just going to say Kane is in the background, because I don't want to figure that out right now. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's one of the reasons
yeah,
why
no,
I don't
that's
like
fine.
people using D&D Beyond. Alright, so Grinkle. What are you going to do? This guy's confused. He's like,
Okay.
where'd that guy go? So he now looks towards Grinkle.
Yeah. Let me see what Crinkle has.
He can turn invisible for a turn, Bardic Inspirations.
Yeah. I remember that.
Seems to like using his
Grinkle
crossbow.
will. I think Grinkle will do color spray on both of those. 2
Alright.
or 3.
I
I
think
think
he
he
could hit
can
all
actually
three.
color
Yeah.
spray all 3. Yes.
Because it's 15 foot.
Yep. Let me just roll it. And sorry if I'm slow. I need to figure out his character sheet.
So if you click on the token, there's a spells button at the top of the screen. But alright, so a cone of light shoots out. So 41. So that would blind one of them. Because these guys actually do have a decent amount of hit points. So I'll say the one right in front is because it's the closest in order of their current hit points. Okay, so actually then this one would get blinded, the one in the back, because he's wounded.
Okay.
But the others would not.
Okay, and then Grinkle will. I think was it a bonus action for him to go? To go invisible?
Not sure. I believe so. You could. It's one of the racial abilities on a sheet.
Fearbulk magic.
Yeah, I think it's that one. Or hidden step.
Yeah, hidden step.
All right.
As a bonus action, yes.
So he
then
suddenly.
Grinkle will use his bonus action to turn invisible.
Alright, so he suddenly vanishes. Where is he moving?
And he will move here.
Alright, so that's it for him. New round is going to be the Ghast. So the Ghast is going to attempt to follow you up here. Oh, sorry, and Grinkle would have had to make a poison save for the stench, DC 10. Con save. Oh, so he is affected, becoming poisoned. Which luckily wouldn't matter for the spell he cast anyway. So until the end of the creature's, or until the end of his next turn, he is poisoned. Alright, so Flint, this one comes rushing at you, claws out. Luckily, you managed to keep him back, your staff defending you from his razor-sharp talons. Nil.
Okay. I gotta make my con save.
Yes. See if you resist, and you do, becoming immune to ghoul stench. 24 hours.
I will hit the one next to me.
Alright, so as he's about to jump at Flint again, you come in with an axe swing, but he will duck it. Continuing his assault on Flint. Anything else?
Stay here.
Alright, Flint.
Oh, fuck, this is getting... Okay.
The ghoul is, or the ghast is still coming at you. Stench is almost unbearable, but you're dealing with it.
There's no normal fire around me, is there?
I think just Robert's lantern.
Here, and I can't do it with that. Alright. Okay, we're going to... Fuck it, we'll firebolt with disadvantage.
Alright, so you attempt to blast him at close range. Oh, but he will quickly duck under as the firebolt just flies down the corridor, striking the wall.
Then, bonus action, Ember flies over here. And then she's going to fiery teleport back. And they'll both have to make dex saves again.
Alright.
Nice.
So the first one is going to... what's the DC?
Crap. It is my spell save, which is... Oh, crumbs, I really should write this in. Give me a minute. 13.
Alright, so he would fail, taking 4. And his buddy... would make it. So the other one dodges, but the first one... Oops. The first one is burned. Alright, so the
That's
ghoul,
it.
where the ghast goes, it is going to lunge at Robert. Actually, you know what? It's going to chase the bird. Robert, you do have an oppie if you want to take it, but it might cause him to turn around and attack you.
Here you go.
Oh, so you do indeed strike, catching him off guard. Doing 16. Ow. So that definitely gets his attention. As you wound.
I will use superiority dice
Okay.
to also try to trip him.
Alright, so 2 more d10 damage.
8.
Or sorry, 2 more d8s. Oh wow.
No, one more d8.
Well, it's a
yeah,
crit.
because of crit.
Yeah, so it'd be 2.
Yes.
Same as a paladin smite.
Ooh.
Oh. So you would indeed trip him. Very tripped as he falls over dead.
Cut
Right.
his legs off.
Yeah, he is fully tripped as you cut his legs off. Alright, that's it for him, Robert.
Robert, knowing that he is in no condition like this was lucky, but he may not be as lucky again. I will move here, staying in his reach, and I'll just attack this guy who is blind.
Okay, so that would
You know
be-
what? Sorry, I will do it to have flanking. Will I get flanking from
Yes.
Flint?
Yeah, because he's
Yeah,
threatening
I'll just flank with Flint.
Yeah, 18 would strike him. Or actually, that is
No,
a
it's
crit.
advantage.
Yeah,
It's a crit.
so that would crit again. So 26, that will finish him. Ah.
I'm just turning towards everyone, and I say, I'm just good under pressure.
Alright, anything else?
That's it.
So the one behind you, angered by you killing his friends, is going to lunge with a claw attack. Oh, 18, I think, is your AC.
Yep.
So you would be struck, taking 11 slashing, which would unfortunately bring you down. Unless you got something.
No.
Alright, so as you are celebrating your victory, you're suddenly slashed from behind, falling to your knees as everything around you gets blurry, overwhelmed by pain. Give me a con save, as you also feel a paralysis creeping over you. DC is 10. Ooh. So, unfortunately, you are paralyzed and dying. That is it for him. New round, Grinkle. I'll do the paralysis. You can do Grinkle.
Grinkle will just shoot a crossbow at him.
Alright, Grinkle aims forward with a crossbow shot.
I don't think he has crossbow in his quick actions. I'll just find his crossbow there.
Oh, let me, here. It should be in there now. Yeah, 20 will...
Grinkle says, Rob, no, you bastard. And he just
He killed
shoots
Tom.
him for 10.
So he suddenly gets a crossbow bolt to the shoulder. And will look angrily over at Grinkle.
And then he will use bonus action for healing word on Rob.
Okay. So he sends some healing energy. And updated is token action, so you should have more macros on there now. Alright, so Rob is gains 7. Now you do have that level of exhaustion, but you are no longer dying. You're just prone.
I have 6 max on him, so he healed me to full.
Yeah, he healed you to full. Alright, so that is it for Nil. Sorry, Grinkle, right? Yeah, Grinkle just went, so it is Nil's turn. What do you want to do now?
We'll step up. Try and get this guy's attention.
Alright, as he is looking at Robert currently, you step up trying to get him to focus on you. And you do indeed connect, doing 7. Yeah, getting focus to yourself. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, Flint.
Okay. Let's work this out. No, there's no guarantee he's going to do that. Oh, what have I just done? No, ignore what I just did. I was trying to work something out, and that just did not work at all. And I didn't go back. I meant to go back. Okay, cool. Alright, fine. Bonus action, Ember's going to throw like a fire seed at the guy.
All
To
right.
fly over here, bonus action wise. Fly here.
Well, you go
No, 'cause
first.
she's
She goes
cool.
after you. So what is Flint doing? You can give her that command. You would just go first.
Alright, I'm firebolting.
Alright, so if you stand behind Charlie, you can get rid of the cover bonus, because adjacent allies don't count as cover. So if you move first...
Robert's lying down, isn't he? Because he's paralyzed. Oh, no, he chose nil.
He is, but Nil is still in the way of this guy for you right now.
Yeah, cool. I'll move to behind nil and then firebolt.
Alright, and blast past him. Yep, 16 would strike. Actually, Nil, look out.
Nice.
Blasting him for 8, wounding the Ghast. Actually, I think that's not
And then
just...
bonus action.
Yeah, wounded. Alright, so bonus action, Ember goes. So go ahead.
Yeah, she's flying 10 feet up anyway, so she's like higher above us, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. She flies over you, firing a flame seed. Unfortunately, 10 is not enough, and the ghoul will dodge. Oh, you don't have any spell attacks set to her.
Oh, okay, so that is... Wait, where does it go off?
If you go to her sheet, you can
That's that
edit it.
modifier, yeah.
But 10 would strike, so for now, go ahead and just roll damage. So 1 plus 2, yeah, for proficiency, so he would take 3 fire. And that would actually put him to very wounded. Alright, Robert. So you are
I'm
paralyzed, but at the end of your turn, you can attempt to drop the paralysis with a con save. Oh, no! Alright. Unfortunately, you are still paralyzed. The ghoul, luckily distracted by Nil, is going to lunge at him instead of you. 24. Yeah, that's going to hit you. So the Ghast will claw into your armor, doing 12 slashing. And I need a con save. Alright, so luckily you do resist the paralytic agents in the ghoul's claws, or gas claws, and are unaffected. Grinkle. The poison will end at the end of your turn, just FYI.
Mm-hmm. So the Grinkle would stand here, and with a little bit of cover, can he shoot over Nil's shoulder while being here?
Yes, like I said, any adjacent allies don't count as cover for enemies.
Okay, then this will be a crossbow.
All right. So you
Crossbow
say, Nil to the left as you run up behind him and fire a crossbow. Yeah, 17 will connect, doing 3. As the ghoul's wounds continue to add up, and you don't think he can take much more. Grinkle's turn is ending.
Wait.
Yeah.
What about, is forced movement causing attacks of opportunity or not?
It is not.
So he would try to drag Rob, because he just used 5 feet of his movement. He will try to drag Rob out of there.
So you would have to grab him, which would be an action.
Okay.
Unless you're an object, which would be like you're a corpse. But if you're still a creature, then grabbing is an action.
I'm paralyzed creature. Is it maybe an object?
I would say, because it's basically a grapple.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say
fine.
he's maybe getting ready to, but he was too busy firing to do it this turn.
Fine. Okay.
Alright, so Nil, what are you going to do?
Finish him off.
Alright, so you heft your battle axe trying to... Yeah, 17 will connect, and yes, you land a direct hit, beheading the foe. And and that will end the combat. What do you all want to do?
I'm going to make sure I've got Robert's sword. I'm going to pick up Robert and I say we need to leave.
Well, a few moments later, Robert will come out of the paralyze. Just shakes it
Okay.
off. Like, ugh. Gets rid of the stiffness.
And Robert will be, I'm okay, I can walk, but you can carry me if you want, Nil.
You guys are so much fun. So
Kane.
much killing.
Kane
Thanks
says,
for noticing.
Yes, we are getting...
That burning...
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that burning thing that you did in the beginning, it was sick. Good job, Flint.
Yes,
Cool.
it was
What
quite
burning thing?
impressive.
I do a lot of it.
The large amount of flames, I assume, is what he's speaking of. I as well was somewhat impressed.
You mean her teleport? Yeah, no, she's good with that.
No. When flame came out of your hands.
Oh, that. Yeah, I did it a lot.
So yes, a useful ability to be sure. But I think we should move quickly. The entrance is near,
Yes.
and chatting
Let's
could
go.
bring enemies. Alright,
Yep.
so you're
Flint
leaving.
and Ember just start rushing off. Flint and Ember just start rushing off ahead of everyone.
Alright,
Yeah,
you
let's
don't
run.
have to move your tokens. I'll just delete them. Or yeah, just delete your tokens. It's fine. As the entrance is right there, you quickly rush towards it, running up the stairs. And your camp is not right there, but it's in the area. So I'll say a total of about maybe like half an hour of travel gets you back. Or sorry, an hour. It's assumed your camp is an hour away from you at all times in the area. Oh, excuse me. So you get back to your camp around 11, I'll say 12 in the afternoon. Things seem secure here. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna rest, guys. So thanks to everyone. See you in the morning. Do we have any time before, like, because I don't think we can long rest like at 10 a.m. We have to wait for
You would have to
normal
wait till
time?
tomorrow morning, so you'd spend most of the day here. Now that
Okay.
said, you could work on projects if you want. They just have to be stuff you could do in camp.
Then I think I will finish identifying 2 remaining potions.
Okay.
And also Grinkle. Do we have anything unidentified? No. Yeah.
I have a masterwork longsword that was going to be delivered to Blackwater that I never got around to identifying.
Oh, yeah. Then Grinkle will identify it.
Alright. Where did you get that?
So it was back at the beginning when we went to and saved Melody from the cart. It was one of the weapons boxes on the cart.
Oh,
The masterwork. It's a longsword, not a greatsword.
okay. Let me just go look for that. I don't have it in my notes for some reason. Okay. Now, I think that was magic. I do think that was a masterwork weapon.
Yeah.
So you don't have smithing tools or anything like that. But I'll say, yeah, if you wanna use your short rest, you can try to glean what it is. But yeah, so I'll say you're working on that. Now, Kane is going to approach Robert, probably laying in bed. He says, my friend, I wanted to speak with you and the rest about something. And he'll kind of motion to Nil and Flint to come over as well. He says, I think it might be best for me to go back to Char and keep an eye on things there. He says, as much as I enjoy being here with you, I worry that the town needs a mercenary of our caliber to be watching over things. He says, I feel like I've been away for too long. But I wanted to make sure I told you, obviously, before I just left.
Yeah, seems fair. I somehow thought that this may happen.
He nods. He
You
says,
do you. My way.
I would be happy to maybe help the group in the future. But yes, for now I think my place is in Char, watching over the people there. Just in case the Iron Tide proved to not be reasonable, it would be good to have one of us just protecting the people.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He says,
We got you a little bit of training here, and now you're good.
He nods. He says, it's only a few hours away, so I believe I will leave before sundown. But I'll see you all when you get back there. Good luck to you. And I'll say he heads to Char. That's around 12:30 that happened. So I guess you would have gotten some identifies off. What were you identifying?
I have 2 remaining potions.
All right.
One I identify as the greater healing potion, and 2
So the other 2 are actually both greater healing potions.
So they all 3 are greater healing potions.
That is correct.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah. As for the, so you would also, I'll say, finish the hour. So the sword, and you could also do a short rest if any of you want to spend one and benefit from it. Remember, you have 2 per day. So that should be a resource you track, how many short rests you have left. But the sword that you were looking at is a very finely crafted weapon that weighs half as much as a normal sword. So it's just a lot lighter, even though it does the same as a normal sword.
Huh? Not fun. Cool.
Interesting. Wonder what we should do with it. It does look like it was supposed to be delivered to Blackwater. Anyone fancies a longsword?
Grinkle says it's valuable for sure, though it could win us favor if we were to return it. Not that I'm, a fan of giving away our things. Technically, I guess it was his first. He shrugs.
Yeah, as much as I hate to admit it, it is his. We should at least tell him we have it.
See, I go with the old adage. I go with the old adage of finders keepers, losers weepers.
It's a pyromaniac after my own heart, Crinkle says. I kind of agree that I would rather keep it.
That guy that left, was he hairy?
Who, Kane?
Yeah, was he a little hairier than normal people?
I believe he was.
He was actually a lupin.
Yes.
What's a lupin?
It's
Lupin, you're
like
crazy.
a wolf person.
I thought those were just werewolves.
No, he's just a wolf. He cannot turn into anything. He's just always in his wolf form.
Boring werewolf.
But if he's always a wolf, isn't he just a wolf?
Well, he is a bipedal wolf that talks and wields a greatsword. So
Thanks.
call it as you wish.
And praise.
And praise and ethos.
A humanoid,
It's
to
really
be
fucked
sure. No normal beast, Grinkle says. And he
That's really
swabs
messed
his...
up in some way.
He flicks his paintbrush as several wolves appear in midair.
Flint
I guess
control fires to make several wolves in the fire that come after his paint wolves and just attack each other.
says, "Oh my, well, there goes those." He says,
Yeah,
"Well,
and you might as well just keep the sword, to be honest. He lost it. He doesn't know he's lost it. He doesn't know you found it, so just keep it.
Shock says, well, kind of joining the conversation. Diplomacy-wise, as was mentioned, it would win us some points with him, and I don't know if any of us want it." He kind of looks to Robert. He says, "The sword that you found seems superior. The one that we got in the
Exactly.
sewer. That is a fairly
Exactly.
amazing blade."
That's what I was thinking about. If we really needed this sword, I would be inclined to keep it just because we kind of earned it, but we don't really want it. So maybe a favor from Blackwater is worth more.
Definitely
Well,
could
why don't
be.
we keep it? Why don't we keep it for a day or two, in case, like with the dagger, we meet people,
Could be.
and then maybe in a week's time, if we don't use it, we sell it to it. We give it back to him. I say sell it because why not?
Well, one thing we should note, Shock says, if we do keep it, we should be careful about letting him see it, as we don't know if he would recognize it or not. And it would look even worse if we have something stolen that was supposed to be delivered to him.
Is there? Flint's gonna ask him. Is there anything that looks like it would belong to Blackwater? Like any symbols, any, like that?
Shock just kind of shrugs. He says, "I'm not sure."
Can we look at it and see?
Oh, you mean on the sword, like markings?
Yeah.
So you examine the sword, assuming, I'm assuming the group lets you. There's a marking denoting the smith, as many, very fancy weapons have. But you don't see anything like a Blackwater family symbol or anything like that.
Okay.
So the smith signed it.
Where's the smith thing that denotes the smith?
It's probably on the pommel, on the bottom, I'll say.
Okay.
It's not easily
I want to
viewable.
cast heat metal. To heat the blade so that I can kind of like blur out or get rid of the blacksmith sign.
I'm taking the sword back.
Do you see him casting
What?
something?
Just don't do it. Like it's a delicate thing. You can ruin
Exactly.
it. Like it's.
I wasn't going to do it to the blade. I was doing it to the end of it. I was going to get rid of the mark. I wasn't going deep.
Well,
Let's just.
if we decide to give it back to him, it would be strange that we burned off the smith's signature, Shock says. But if we do decide to keep it, that might be something we consider. Not that I'm a fan
exactly.
of.
So we.
Yeah.
If we decide to keep it, we can just file it down. Like we don't have to melt it.
I wasn't melting it. I was getting rid of the symbol. That hard.
But symbol is it's a piece of metal. Like you cannot get rid of it without like melting
It's a
everything down.
surface thing on the metal. It's not in the metal. It's a surface thing, like putting a brand on a tree. All I was going to do was burn the top layer off.
Well, as said, Shock reiterates, it's something we can consider if we decide to keep it.
Yeah.
But for now, I think
Maybe we
should
want
leave
a
it.
favor from him. Maybe we can just sell it for a little bit more money by returning it to him, and maybe then he's happy and he just gives us money as a favor. Let's do things with this if we do find someone who is willing to take it,
Okay.
because for now it's of no use to anyone here.
Okay.
Alright, so time is passing. So I'll say around 3 o'clock, Shock is going to approach, I guess maybe Robert. And because you're sort of the de facto leader of the group at this point. So he's going to approach you and say, I had some concerns, Robert.
Hmm.
He says,
What would be that?
Well, from what you've told me, we've been sort of helping out the Iron Tide. And I know we're not technically working for them, but we sort of are, and they are currently the enemy of Char. I was just wondering what our yeah, I just wanted to express some concern in that. I almost, as one of the scouts said, I don't know if the answer is to just be fighting them constantly, but we are strengthening their position by helping them in these ways.
Well, our goal is not to kill them all, unlike what Flint may say to you. Our goal is to drive them away, and knowing what we know about them, a diplomatic solution is more useful than a military solution. So what we are thinking is that by starting to help them, we can get an audience with their leadership, and we can just talk to them and find out why they're here, and maybe deal with this problem without shedding more blood. This is the goal.
Give me a persuasion with advantage. So that would be a wash because of your exhaustion. He says, I don't know.
No.
I just worry. I mean, you've all been very wise in your decisions in the past, but I really think we're making a mistake here. I think there must be other ways we can set up a meeting without working with them. He says if any of this got back to the town that we were helping them in any way, it could look terrible for our group. He says, in the end, it is
Never thought about this way.
Well, in the end, it is your decision, of course. I just wanted to let my opinion be heard. He says,
Well, at this moment, we haven't helped them. Like, we just found a couple of... Like, we haven't even saved any hobgoblins yet. We just found a place where they likely died.
He says, now that makes sense. And what if you do find some of them still alive? What do you intend to do? I would assume return them to their captain.
Well, we already spared one of them, right?
Yes.
The one that I just think that if we have a way to deal with this hobgoblin situation without having to go to war with them, we need to just inspect this opportunity.
He says, all right, well, like I said, I will defer to your judgment. I just wanted to give my thoughts.
And then after this conversation, Robert will go to the party and kind of talk to Grinkle and to Nil and to Flint, just kind of try to reflect on our conversation with Shock and to say what do they think, because it does seem it can be misconstrued, how they say. But I genuinely believe that, like, we have a better chance of understanding why they're here, dealing with the root of the problem, than just dealing with the consequence every time.
What would you guys say about that?
As I said before, you cannot negotiate with bandits. They don't respect agreements or laws or favors. If they did, they wouldn't be bandits. They seek to cheat the system that's set up, wishing to take from other people without putting the effort in the first place. It will be hard to find a reasonable thing that we could give them or offer them when their default strategy is just to take what they want.
Like, they don't seem to me as bandits. Like, they seem to me a little bit different from normal bandits. They have structure. They have some, like they have some purpose behind them.
Yes, it makes
Uh,
them more dangerous,
they-
not more noble.
They are not here. They are not here to just kind of loot and pillage. They are
They do.
kind of serving some like it doesn't seem like that to me. Like, it seems like they're serving some higher purpose. Like they have a goal they want to achieve, and if we understand that goal, we could try to negotiate with them. I would say this. Nil. Maybe what we need is to find a little bit more about them, because I think we have conflicting information about their numbers. If there are as many of them as we think, it is unrealistic for us to try to just kill them all, because there are too many. Because I've heard numbers like 200 or 150. Like, we are not going to defeat them all. If there are less, and we can realistically kind of imagine us taking them in combat, then I agree. I don't see why we need to negotiate with them. My concern is that we will not be able to defeat them, because there are a lot of them.
Well, as much as I hate to say it, Scout Gregor would say, I know Dallas has advocated for us to just kill them all, but they don't strike me as bandits, actually. From their story, assuming it's true, they are getting retribution for not gaining what was promised to them. They're not just
Yes.
taking anything they want. Because
By
bandits...
committing banditry.
He nods, he says,
I'm
in
with
their...
Nil. I'm
Go
with
ahead.
Nil on this one. Like, it's no excuse to killing innocent farmers. Like honestly, I like the fact that they were somehow wronged by someone in town doesn't excuse what they're doing. Here, I'm trying to be pragmatic, and I'm trying to be realistic. And if we cannot defeat them in combat, we need to seek ways to do this in different ways.
He says, "Oh,
But
I'm not saying it makes them right. I'm saying what they would believe is that they are justified in taking. But again, like you say, they're not taking from the person who wronged them. They're taking from the town associated with the empire of the person who wronged them. So it's not a completely justifiable position. But yes, they are more organized and more military-like than just standard brigands, making this much harder." Says the war chiefs of the Nazic Empire are forged in battle, and those who survive the constant warring are quite adept at such arts. So we should be cautious.
I was thinking actually about this, and there is another way. I think there is another way for us to do this, because the end goal, as I see it for us, is to get some kind of audience with the person who makes decisions, with someone who is in a position to stop those attacks. Because everyone I spoke to until now don't look like are able to make decisions and to give commands to stop those attacks. So either we can do them a favor and then request this audience, which you guys don't like, and I also don't like. I just see it as an only solution. Or we could continue attacking them until they just give us this audience. But don't do it full-on attack, like as a war. Maybe use guerrilla tactics and just attack them here, attack them there, attack them here, attack them there. And finally, they will have no other option. And every time, maybe let one prisoner go and say that we want an audience with whoever was it, like Orcard or someone, And until he talks to us, we will keep doing that.
Shock would say, "Well, I think that's a good idea. Our only issue might be the fact that you are all about as quiet as a stampede. So the stealth elements of hit and run would be a bit lost on this group." He says, "But as long as there weren't reinforcements nearby, and as long as we had time to retreat after the attack, that definitely could work. It's very common in fighting larger groups to try to wane them down in smaller numbers. Hit and run, as you said, guerrilla warfare." He says, "In any case, I'm here for the long haul if you need my help for any of it." He says, um, I used to lead troops during my time in the army, so I do have some experience if we wanted to bring soldiers with us, or whatever the char equivalent to soldiers would be."
I'm inclined to agree with Shock. Like I haven't thought about it in such a way that it looks like we're helping hobgoblins. Like my intention was to put an end to it, but when he mentioned it, I do realize that it looks bad. That us helping hobgoblins doesn't look right and doesn't sit right and will not sit right with everyone.
He says, the laborers and the soldiers defending our camp will talk when we get back to Char. They know what we're doing, so
Exactly.
rumors could spread."
And they will spread. So either we have a very good excuse why we do this, but for now, like we don't really have anything to show. We just help them, and we haven't really achieved much.
He nods.
Flint, what do you think? Flint.
No, I know.
What do you think?
I'm thinking of how to answer. I think this.
Mhm.
I don't care if you side with them or not. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been killing them for a bit, so might have a few conversations about that. But look, you want to side with them, you want to side with them, that's fine. I don't see the logic of talking with them, helping them, just to end up killing them later on. That to me seems crazy. Either kill them or don't. But the fact of the matter is this: yes, there could be a lot of them, but bee stings can kill an elephant because there are 1,000 tiny bee stings. So it works. If you do hit and run, you wear them down over time, it'll work. But also, the question is, what is it you actually want? Like, I was just killing roving war tribes to protect the farmers. That was literally it. That's all I cared about when I was doing this.
I think that's all
If
we
you
care
want to
about.
save Char, then you only need to drive away the people attacking Char. That's besieging Char. That's it. After that, I don't know what they'll do.
Well, if they do have a larger base, Shock says, they might send more. Otherwise, I would agree with you. I think we need to find out more about what we're dealing with. Because the 200 could be a bluff, but if it's real, then just killing this first wave will only anger them and probably have them send a larger wave. That would be my guess. Alright, so I was gonna pass more time, unless there's anything else you want to say.
Okay, I think like we have to make a decision. So I think here, I would suggest this. This time, like this one time, let's finish what we started. Let's help them out with this particular situation, like with those hobgoblins that we are saving
Well,
right now,
we've
or
already
at
done
least
that.
finding them. We have already done that, and we haven't saved anyone. We just found their signets, so we found their rings. We will tell them what happened to them, and let's do that. But let's agree that this is the last time we do anything for them. And if they don't come to us, and if they don't start talking to us, we will just switch to the tactics of guerrilla warfare, and we will just start dwindling them down. But we need a good explanation to when people start talking about it, and they will, of why we are helping them. And we
But you
need to
want to
make
get
it
the
as
prisoners
clear.
back.
And we want it. Yes, exactly. And there are prisoners there. We want to get prisoners back. And we want to talk to them and try to convince them to move away.
Yeah, I don't know about the people in charge. I've never been. I just know that if you tell them you were trying to save other people, they're more likely to care about that than being like that. They'll just say, "Why don't you kill them to get rid of them?" So if you want them to be on your side, maybe go with, we wanted to be able to negotiate so that we could try and save the other people they'd captured prisoner. Just a thought.
This is very good. This is a very good idea. And it's not even lie. It is truth. Right, Nil?
Yes, although we could just say we give them the same choice: flee or die.
That works too. Burn or die. I'm with that. No, wait.
Well,
Burning would
I
kill them. It'd be
I'm with
still burn.
I'm
Yeah.
with Robert for now. I think we should finish what we started at least. Get those people freed, as was agreed upon, and get the. He says, I believe they were going to give us information about where their leader was to speak with him. Yes.
Yes.
So, at that point, do we go and speak with this war chief, or do we demand he come speak to us?
Does it matter?
I suppose
If you
not.
ask,
Well,
if you ask
I think
it would be easier to kill him in a place that wasn't his camp.
yeah, but if you
we
ask to go see him, then you at least get a better idea of where they're at, how many there are, what you're up against, reconnaissance before you decide to kill them all.
Plus, he might just refuse, whereas if we go to see him, since we're already there, I think he'd be more likely to speak to us rather than want to travel to where we are.
Exactly.
Anyway, I should get back to some of the men. I have some camp details to assign. But it was good speaking to all of you. He gives you a bow. He says,
Shock.
Yes.
Can you do me a favor? When you talk to people in the camp, to scouts and to others, make sure they understand what we are doing. Make sure that we are not just blindly helping hobgoblins and that we have good of char in our mind. Even if it may look like we are.
Really helped hobgoblins, to be honest.
Says, I can probably keep them fairly quiet for a while. I mean, our camp are mostly people who we fought with bringing the caravan in, so they all owe you their lives, Jack and the others. But obviously I can't guarantee no word gets out, but I think it should be pretty easy to convince them that our intentions are noble.
Exactly.
He says, Melody wanted me to mention she had noticed you came in with some nature components, and she actually is a skilled both a herbalist and a alchemist. So she was willing to work on potions as long as you had. She can make normal healing potions, but if you wanted her to make anything more complex, you'd have to give her the recipe.
I think at this point, actually, normal healing potions are also useful to us.
Right.
Was it 50 components for a small potion?
It's 25 to craft.
25. And was it one day?
Yeah, so if you assign her to that, every 25 you give her, every 8 hours, she can craft a healing potion. One per
Okay.
day, basically. She can brew
I
them.
will give her 100, and I'll just ask her to make 4 healing potions.
Alright, so you can record that in the downtime activities. Just make a note that Melody
Mhm.
is making healing potions.
And also, I'm looking at the potions I've had, and I will go to Flint, and I'll say, "Hey, have this. Take this one, just in case you need it in a pinch." And
Give him one of the
another one
graders.
I will give to, yes, one of greater ones, and another one I will give to Grinkle.
Alright, so just make sure that those are recorded in your respective sheets.
So I will keep one to myself, give one to Flint, and give one to Crinkle.
Alright. Alright, so I'm going to pass time. Just make sure Melody's potion crafting project is recorded so we can track that.
I want to attune to the Guardian thing during the day, but before we
Alright,
as well.
so go ahead and spend a short rest, and you can
Do we
attune
want
to
to
it.
head over to where the Iron Tide base is to tell them what we know about the orcs while we're in the day?
They're, you mean the abandoned farm area? Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
few hours from here.
No, that's what I'm saying. Do we want to do that in the day just for the minute if we're not doing downtime stuff? Like let Nil attune, and then we can head over and then just get it all done if that's what we wanted to do.
No, we're in no position to talk to any hobgoblins, and when
Okay.
I don't want to give them any information because them getting anything else out of that tomb wouldn't be a just reward for their greed and villainy.
Grinkle
Okay.
nods. He says it's true. They could think it's safe and try to loot it. It's a good point. Yeah, I would
What is
say
the date today for the project start?
90th of summer.
yeah, 90th of summer. It's under important campaign
Mhm.
info. There's a calendar
Oh, yeah.
which I update. All right, so I will keep passing time. Again, just let me know. And yes, you could say you spent a short rest to attune, as well as whatever
Yeah.
else you gain from it.
So
And
does it
about,
just?
sorry.
Go ahead, Nil.
So it's in that shape of that one god pedal. Does that just stay in that shape forever? Does it work for?
So you believe that the symbol itself isn't where the enchantment is coming from, so you can have a smith redo it to your god. But for now, it is Palor symbol. Yeah, but so you could just have a smith like basically redo the symbol, and the magical item would stay intact. All right, passing time. Were you saying something, Robert?
I wanted to ask, there is days needed column in the projects section. And you
Yeah.
said that the potion takes 8 hours. But does it be basically one day, or can you do 2 in one day?
So no, you can only do 8 hours per workday. So
Okay,
basically, she can make one potion each day.
gotcha.
And if you want to make it ongoing, you
Oh,
just have to make sure each day you are able to give her. Well, if you gave her 100, then you can mark that it's good for 4 days, and then re-up the project
Mhm.
later if you want to do it again.
now if Melody was a high elf, an elf, pure elf, then maybe she could do 2 a day. She doesn't need to sleep.
It's a balance thing, though. You're not supposed to be able to work on a project for more than 8 hours a day. No overtime.
Oh,
It's union rules. Potion.
elves
believe
don't have
unions.
union.
It's
Sure they
enforced
do.
by the gods of the
Potion
world.
elves are huge hippies. They're all like socialist. They're like, no, we did our 8 hours. We're hanging out now. We're doing lunch. But anyway, Yeah, so time is passing. And actually, why don't we do a 10-minute break?
Sure.
Let everyone stretch and, use the restroom. It's about 6 o'clock at this point, and I'll keep passing time when I get back. But yeah, if you wanted to spend a short rest, you can say you did that. And we'll say it like. Actually, we'll just skip to 8, because that's when you're. It's around the time you would get your day's worth of, downtime. So go ahead and say Melody gives you one of the healing potions. She finishes it for the day. And anything you guys were working on, you can say you finished. And yeah,
Okay.
we'll be back in 10.
What's it?
It's even better if you use this home rule for max plus dice. For
Yeah.
crits.
Which I'm not currently using.
It's fine. I think actually monsters benefit from it more than players, because players get hit more often. So they're critted more often.
Yeah,
Why do we
exactly.
care if like a single goblin dies in one hit? Fine, but eventually will be hit.
Yeah, and players tend to have nastier crits anyway. But if you go by that rule, your monsters start having nasty crits.
Yeah, like imagine that Wraith thing. If it critted. And it did crit me, I think.
Yeah.
Like if
Players
like
do end up getting
3d8
crit a
or
lot
something.
more.
Exactly. This is the same reason why I don't like permanent like wounds, because eventually you just have like a circus of freaks and not a party. Just everyone is limping and with no eyes and with missing fingers
Everyone's
because it
maimed.
just accumulates. Exactly.
No one
And we
likes
don't care
realistic combat.
yeah, it's just that monsters come and go and players stay and they'll just keep getting maimed.
I mean, that's probably what would happen to a party of adventurers.
Yeah, pretty much.
They all just end up getting maimed. Alright, I think everyone's back. I was just eating my salad. So what do you want to do?
Did we finish the long rest?
Yeah, is it the next morning? I think we're at the evening now.
I'm still passing some time. Alright, so in the evening, you would pay your camp the, what is it, 2.8 gold?
Probably.
Yeah,
It's
that's what it
all in
says here.
sheets.
Alright, so they get their payment for the evening. Yeah, evening would pass, so nothing happens during the night. The camp is secure. Go ahead and long rest. It is now the 91st.
Right. When I go for my 4-hour runs, just before I do it, I expend all my current spell slots to cast Good Berry, so I have 30 good berries.
Alright, and you guys did eat for the evening, right? You spent, well, I guess you have people who can gather. I think you have some survivalists.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think we have like 3 at least.
Yeah, so we'll say Flint fed the group off of nature.
Flint found some dead, uncorrupted orcs and fed us off that. Chicken.
Thinking more like berries, but if you want to be gross.
Waste not, want not.
Alright, well, it's the next morning. What do you want to do?
So I guess we need to
Now do you
finish
want to go
this
see
job.
orcs? Iron Tide, whatever.
They'll prefer you
Uh,
to as the job. We're exploring ruins separately. We finished
Yeah.
the job for the hobgoblins. They can.
Yeah.
We'll
We
update them when it's
finish-
convenient to us.
We finish the crypt. We update the goblins whenever we like. And we give them one chance to just let us meet with their main guy and convince them to leave. If not, we just start attacking them.
Okay, so we want to finish the crypt now, right?
Yes. Yeah, we kind of
Okay.
started it and it looks interesting. But before we do, what do we do if this thing comes again? Because
What
we
thing?
are more or less, well, the thing that was phasing through walls.
Mhm.
Because it did give us a lot of trouble. Do we have any ways to? And Robert is looking at Grinkle and says that Grinkle, my friend, I would like you to maybe use your short bow that we bought for you and those wonderful magical arrows that old MacDonald gave us. Because I believe they should be effective against this guy.
Nods. He says, "Well, I only have 5, but I can try to make those shots count."
Exactly.
But you got it. He slings the bow. He says, "Yeah, it seemed like that holy energy was pretty effective against it as well. So, might be something to keep in mind."
Do we have any of this? Any spells with radiant energy? This beam that you cast, by the way, Nil, was quite effective. The one that looked like moonlight.
Yes, that is radiant. Yeah.
But then, yeah, it is a little bit like it just flies away. That's it's effective for one round, and then it can just move away. Not sure about that. What about that weapon? I don't recall if you were casting it, but I saw some other holy people casting it, but they just summon a weapon of holy energy that just attacks on its own. Wonder if this would be effective against it as well, or at least not ineffective.
Possibly. I think I'd need to do some praying to set that up.
Yeah, because this thing is scary. It's really scary. But then again, maybe this thing will help us this time from some unexpected circumstances. And I just point to a new magical item that Neil found attached to his shield. This is very useful.
I could also have aid, which could also be
Yeah,
useful.
this is also good. This is good as well.
That I believe is an 8-hour bonus if you want to cast it now. I guess you could wait till you get to the dungeon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll do it
exactly.
before we go in.
Alright.
And then, of course, your wonderful aura of Twilight
Yes.
would help us as well.
Which it would be better I should have used it against the ghouls. Against just one enemy. It only helps one person.
Mm.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. But we cleared up a few of the ghasts, so I'm not sure how much left there could be left in there.
I think at least one of them should be left, like the one that we have locked behind the door with a piton.
Yep.
Unless he found a way around. I haven't seen him break the door. He should be there. But let's see. Let's try to clean this thing up because it does look interesting. Like there are a lot of interesting things there, and if we can clean it up, we could finish the dagger. We could do other stuff. We can find some very valuable resources there.
So the group is traveling. I just need someone to lead the expedition with up to 2 survival checks from the group.
I cast control light on oh god, whose is it? Robert's.
Yep.
Watch again.
Well, it's not dark out, but that will come in handy in the dungeon. Alright, so yeah, up to 2 of
let's
you
do it
give
before
me...
we enter the dungeon.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me some survival checks. 2 rolls from the group. Alright. So 16. Yeah, you don't have too much trouble. You are able to get 18. You're able to get back in about 40 minutes, cutting down your travel time a bit. As you get there, Flint, you notice a bunch of tracks coming out of the crypt that you didn't see yesterday. You think at some point during the evening, a bunch of these ghouls or maybe ghasts left the crypt. You don't see tracks from them going back in.
Okay, just so we know, there might be some dead wandering out here.
Interesting. I never thought that they do this. I somehow always assume that they are bound to the crypt. They just don't just go wandering.
It makes sense. We did get rid of the magical circle that was keeping them out. Ugh,
Not us, Crinkle says. That was broken when we got here. It was the hobgoblins, the Iron Tide, that did that.
I could
Exactly.
have left at any time. Oh, this does not feel good. Do we know how many there are?
Give
Do
me
I
a
know how many there
survival
are?
check. And anyone can roll the survival, just FYI. So you think there are more than 5, but you don't know how many. I'll say more than 5, less than 10.
Well,
They
are
do
we
well
even
in the
mad?
daytime. Well, we have just kind of released a bunch of ghouls onto the surrounding char. I don't imagine it's helped the situation.
Grinkle says, we're gonna have to track them, aren't we? And he
Yeah,
gives like a
probably.
annoyed face. He says, can't we just
But
let someone else deal with
is-
it?
Isn't the closest thing that they can attack hobgoblins? Anyway?
It's a good point, Grinkle says. Sounds like it's the Iron Tide's problem now. You know, unless they somehow find their way to Char or one of the surrounding farmlands, but those are all abandoned, or at least they should be.
Camp
Exactly.
is only
So
40
there is
minutes away.
And he says, I think our camp is well defended. I don't think, I mean, maybe. That could be, we could lose troops on that, but I don't think it would overrun our camp. I mean, Shock is pretty competent.
Yeah. I say we just go into the crypt and be happy that there are 5 less ghouls there.
Sounds good to me. Alright, so is that that's what the group's doing? Doesn't sound like there's any
we good?
objection.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't want anything. We were negligent on we should have sealed it up as we left.
You can't blame yourself for everything. Crinkle pats you on the shoulder. Says, come on, what were we gonna do? Like, set up our camp right next to it and watch the entrance? Actually, that might have been a good idea.
We have
Well, it's too late now. You know, stuff happens. I'm with
we have
Robert.
done what we could.
Yeah.
We have killed a good bunch of them, and because like Neil, look at it this way: we were not the ones who disturbed the seal. Hobgoblins were. Those ghouls would have ran away anyway. We were the one who made sure that only 5 ghouls ran away, and not 15 or however many would have ran away if we haven't killed a bunch of them. So we actually the ones who everyone should thank that there are only 5 ghouls loose.
He says, yeah, don't worry about it, Nell. I'm sure they won't make their way to Char. Most likely the Iron Tide will just have to deal with them at one of their farms. Alright, so the group, Nil seems, I guess, unsure, but he will remain silent for now as the group heads back down the stairs. It sounds like, yeah, no one's challenging it. Alright, so give me a moment. I'm going to take off your default aura, Nil. Alright, so the four of you re-enter the crypt. Coming down the stairs, Robert, you have your lantern, which you said is being doubled.
Mm-hmm.
So that is going to be 60 and 60, which is crazy. Is it double both low light and bright light, or just bright light?
Yep.
Wait a minute, I'll relink it.
Alright, and I assume you cast Aid. What level are you casting it at?
Two. Then you do 2.
Alright, and who are you giving it to?
I did me Robert, and I don't know who should the last person be.
Well, Flint, obviously, at least he's playing.
That's true.
Alright, so yeah, same thing as with Drain, just put +5 next to your totals in your sheets, and it'll record the temporary increase.
Okay.
And make sure you record the time so you know how long it lasts.
Plus 10, right? So it's second level.
No,
it's
it's
plus-
+5.
No,
Second,
but did you cast it at...
well, it's second level to
okay,
begin with,
sorry.
so it'd have to be third
Yeah.
level.
Sorry, I forgot.
No, it's fine.
So yeah.
I don't see HP values for Flint and Nil anymore.
For why? Is it because I put plus in?
No, you
They
put it
put
in
it
your
in the-
sheet. So
Yeah,
in
I
your
did. Yeah, 4
I'll
plus
go
5.
look. And you put it in the total HP, not your current HP.
So I put 29 in the bottom. Yeah, okay, that works. Okay, yep.
Yeah. All right.
I put them plus in both.
Oh, yeah, it's just in the total, and that should adjust it. But anyway, what do you want to do? This area, at least, is clear. Oh, and you would see that the south door, this one, has been broken open. The one that you pitonned. So it is currently opened.
Okay, so guys, I think we need to go and try to finish exploring this place.
Yeah,
Just
left
to
to
make sure
right.
we have everything. Let's see. Shall we maybe look around the laboratory? Or
Yeah, we should go left to right. So we checked out the fork, we should do the middle, then the right one, and then come round here,
Yeah.
do this, and then check the piton down
Yeah.
below.
Let's do this. Lead us, Neil.
Follow me into the dark.
Oh, yes. Sorry for the lantern, Neil. I know you'll enjoy the darkness, but not everyone is as loving for it as you.
You should be though. You should let it in.
Alright, where are you going? Back to the crypt area? Alright.
Yeah, so we're going back up this, and then we're going to head across the spike pit to the middle room.
Okay.
That are double doors.
For some reason, it's not letting me open your sheet. I'm going to try to reconnect. Getting a lot of lag. I'll never understand why it lags so much for such a simple program.
And while we are walking, I'll talk to Flint, saying that Shock mentioned something, and I think he has a point. We are very, very unstealthy as a group, and I've heard that some of your kind have ways of making large groups of people more silent. Can you do that? Just for the future.
Yeah, I always have it. Since I learned it, I always have it.
That's very good. Because I was thinking that if we do have to go the way of guerrilla tactics, this could be useful. Because without it,
I know.
I'm just clanging.
I know.
Good,
Kind of
good,
way I
good.
keep it, because I know most people aren't that good. Although it helps when I'm in an animal form. Sorry, words. Weird.
Alright, so to the north here, there is another closed door. You don't see any markings on it like the other door. And as you approach it, I'll say Flint, you would notice a small silver wire wrapped around the doorknob.
I will tell them that don't touch the handle. It may be trapped, maybe booby thinged. Maybe someone just left a really nice silver wire around it. I don't know. Do humans do that? Is that a human thing?
No, not
Well, this
unless
is an
they
elven
want.
ruin, so I consider it an elven thing as I point back at him.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not a true. I'm a better elf. I'm the OG elf, kind of.
Yeah, and these are OG ruins. Pay for your sins.
No, they're not OG. They're high elf ruins or material elf ruins. They're different.
Grinko will say, let me take a look at it. And he pulls out his thieves' tools. So he is going to make a dexterity check with thieves' tools.
I give him guidance.
Alright, so D4.
Do you want to roll or should I roll?
Nil can
I
roll
will.
if he's casting it.
Yeah.
No, I mean.
Although
Okay.
20 is definitely 24. So he very carefully is going to attach a counterweight, cutting the silver wire. And he says, yeah, looked like some kind of trap in the wall. Not sure what it did, but it should be safe. He says,
You're the
hang on.
best, Grinkle.
He says, yeah, I know. Now let me see if I can pick this open. So he is going to make another Thieves' Tools check. He says, how about some more of that guidance?
Doing the night's work.
Oh, well, the DC was actually 10, so he would have made it. And he says, yep, all done. He kind of motions for someone else to open it.
Cool. I will open the door.
Alright, so you turn the handle, pushing the doors inward, opening up to some sort of bedroom. Immediately you would notice there's a trap door on the floor, an old skeleton lying in a decrepit bed. Looks like some kind of, what's it called? Wardrobe, as well as like an armoire over here.
I will say I will kind of wave to Flint and say like, hey, you seem to be very eagle-eyed. Maybe come here, take a look. Do you see anything suspicious here? I don't know, maybe trapped bed. And I point to this one.
So, actually, investigation might give you something here. Active, if you're looking around.
Yeah. Just want to make sure there are no stupid.
Nope.
No further traps anywhere.
Flint turns around and says, "Yeah, the bed's trapped. It beheaded them."
Yeah, looks like
So,
it.
Nil, it looks like someone was actually sleeping in the bed with these bones recently, which is kind of strange. Other than that, yeah, you would guess that someone's been living in here.
Well, I'm guessing they're in the
And
trapdoor
this?
then.
That is kind of like a small, like, stone nightstand next to the bed. It may have been part of the original crypt construction, and they just put the bed next to it. But yeah, you don't think this bedroom was part of the original build of this place. Someone
Rob
may have
will
moved
look into
in
the
here.
wardrobe.
Sure. So you're opening the wardrobe. Give me a perception check. Alright, so there's some old clothes in here, most of them falling apart. You notice as you're looking around that, actually, give me an investigation as well. You notice the, yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, doing that investigation.
Okay.
No.
So yeah, you would notice some old like boots at the bottom of it. Looks like some robes in here, which are more new. And as you are doing that, I'll say Flint and Gringle. Oh wait, are you coming back or are you outside?
Oh no, I didn't know where you thought I was, so I'm kind of just hovering around. Probably staying outside because I don't.
Alright,
My investigation was shit, so I
so
don't think there's anything good in there.
you would hear something to the south. And a moment later, your dark vision is
Flint.
what, 60?
60. Flint's eyes roll. Go. We've got company.
Kind of down the hallway a ways. You would see, unfortunately, a familiar creature. I would need initiative rolls. So it would float there for a moment, observing you through its yellow eyes, staring towards you. Then it would say, "I found them in the bedroom."
Flint's eyes roll, just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Alright, so Grinkle is the first to act. What's Grinkle gonna do?
I don't believe Grinkle has vision.
No, I don't think he can see in the dark.
Does he not have dark vision?
Does he have a light spell? I can say he has that going.
I can check.
Or if he has a torch, I can say he expended, or you can say he expended one.
And if he has a torch, I'd have done control flame on that to make it brighter too.
I don't think you could do two at once. I think you can.
Yeah,
only...
I can do. No, I can do more than one. It's not concentration.
Doesn't it say like if you do another source, the first one goes
No, it's
back?
up to. There is a thing that appears. The shape lasts for 1 hour. If you cast a spell multiple times, you can have up to 3 instantaneous effects created by it.
Oh, so up to 3. All right, sure.
Okay, I'll remove one torch from his inventory.
All right, so let's see. He would be able to see 40, which I think would let him see the creature.
Yep. And then, let's see, what is the distance here? Okay, I think it should be, yes, it should be enough. He will do what he was asked to do and shoot a magical arrow into the guy.
All right, so he fires a magic arrow.
I don't have magic arrow. I'll just do a normal attack, and then we will just add whatever we need for it to be magic arrow, right? So plus one
Yeah, you can
attack.
do a +1. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. From here. No.
All right. Oh, natural 1. So unfortunately, the arrow would just kind of fly over the creature, not even affecting him.
And then Grinkle will move here. And as a bonus action, I think he will. Let me see. He will do. What was Bardic Inspiration useful for? Can you use it for attack and save, or how was it?
Yeah, you can do attack rolls and saving throws with it until you specialize,
Attack rolls
which I'm
and
not sure what
saving
Grinkle's specialty is.
Okay, he will give Bardic Inspiration to Robert.
Alright, so Grinkle's turn is ending. Robert.
Mm-hmm.
He says, careful,
will
Robert, don't let him
move.
drain you again.
I'll try, Grinkle. Robert will move here and dodge.
Alright, you prepare for the incoming creature. Alright. So, all of a sudden, creature comes through the wall here. As if coming through from a different hallway. It sees as it comes through, there is a human or a humanoid standing near it, and it is going to attack you, Flint. I don't know if you've seen these before, actually.
Not
No,
this
I don't
time
think
round.
we have.
So this seems a little bit like the Wraith, except it doesn't have those yellow eyes. It just seems like a dark mass of living shadow.
Dude, you fugly.
So it is going to lunge at you, attempting to grab you. Alright, 15, I believe, would miss you.
Yeah, misses.
So you will jump back, getting out of the way. So that's it for the creature. Nil. Another one of these, like, kind of transparent, shadowy things.
Down next thing, and I imagine there's going to be more coming in, so I will fight these shadows with shadows of my own as I start my Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay, so you let out your darkness, a 30-foot radius, creating dim light. Anything else?
I think that's my action, right?
Alright, the Wraith is going to fly straight towards the group. going 45 feet to Robert and lunging at you with a life drain attack. 19 becomes 18. Good roll. So I think that would strike you.
Yep.
Alright, so you are hit, taking 16, and I would need a con save. Now, you are inspired, so you can use your inspiration to buff this if you fail.
Usually I have a decent checks, so I hope I won't have to.
Yeah, well, you can decide after you roll.
Oh, damn it. I
So,
will do that.
so you need a 6 or over.
Oh.
The DC is 14.
Yeah. Fuck.
Ah! Alright, unlucky. Alright, so unfortunately it is drain, and you would lose 16 from your total. That is it for the Wraith. Flint.
And that was dodging an inspiration. God damn it.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna do this.
Oh, who's here?
Hey, Grinkle came. Ryan, you muted.
Hello,
Hello.
Hello, hello.
team. What's up? I just wanted to
Cool.
tune
We are...
a little.
I can barely hear you.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to tune in for the last little bit. I'm still in the car. So I think
Alright.
That's fine, we're getting killed.
Alright, so you summon a moonbeam. Go ahead and place it as light suddenly blasts down from above.
It is.
And that would actually be on the creature's turn. So it doesn't do any damage right now.
There it's under resources. Why I can never find out, I don't know. That spell effects. How big a. It is 5-foot radius.
Well, it is the, what is it? The 10-foot circle, basically. Because it's 5-foot radius is a 10-foot circle.
Okay, so
It's a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Cool. So we do that here.
Alright, so
Oh,
that...
that's on. That's that. The bonus action. Shillelagh.
Alright, so you light up your staff with
What is that?
druidic energy. Or club, sorry. Alright,
That's cool.
anything else?
No.
Alright,
That's it.
top of the round, Grinkle.
You would get 6 temp HP as well.
Alright,
Thank you.
so you gain some temp. What will Grinkle do?
Okay, what would Grinkle do? Grinkle will use another attack, an attack with short bow and a magical arrow on this guy.
Alright, on the new shadow that just came through the wall.
Magical arrow.
AC is 12.
Yep. The one that old MacDonald gave us.
I'll be back next week, team. Officially.
Ooh, yeah.
Very good.
22 would strike, hitting the shadow
Yes.
directly for 7. It is wounded from the attack. Now
Nice.
looking towards Grinkle. Alright, that is it for him. Robert.
And Grinkle will
Oh, yeah.
also use his bonus action to go invisible.
Alright, does the hidden step. Robert, what are you doing?
Robert will unleash everything he has on this guy. So For now, just an attack.
All right, so you attack the wraith that's in the moonbeam. Oh, he's gonna dodge the first attack. AC is 13.
I will use precision strike.
All right, precision. Go ahead. So you need a 3 or higher. Okay, so yeah, that does confirm the hit, slashing at the wraith. Non-magical, so the weapon would do 4 points.
And I will action surge.
Okay,
And do another attack.
Second attack, yeah. Oh yeah, 20 will land a second hit for another 4 points as you begin to whittle him down. Anything else?
And no, nothing. And can I have temporary hit points, please?
Alright, so you gain 6. The shadow here is going to turn towards Nil, attempt to grab you. Luckily, you are too fast for it and dodge out of the way, avoiding its attack. Nil.
I am going to move here and hit it with my axe. I don't know if I'm be able to finish it off. I don't think so.
Alright. Oh, no, it is going to dodge out of the way, avoiding your swing.
Okay.
Alright, so your turn
Yeah,
is ending. The Wraith...
Grinkle get his 10 HP.
What? Oh, temp HP.
I've already
Grinkle.
got 6.
For Grinkle!
Oh, yeah.
Why are you yelling? You're not there. Quiet. I mean, you are there, but you're not here.
What? I'm here but not here.
You're here, but not here. Alright, so... There's your aura. So the Wraith starts within the moonbeam, so he has to make a con save. He will fail.
Cool. 2d10.
So he is seared
Takes
for 7.
radiant. 7 radiant.
He did not like that, so he is going to switch targets to you. Flying above you, over to here, he will attack down, giving him high ground. So +1 to his attack. I'm just going to put him south of you, but he's above you, technically.
Okay.
So yeah, life drain attack from above. Oh, luckily you are quicker than him and jump back, avoiding his dark hand of doom. Flint.
Okay, I can move it, but if I move it, Robert gets caught in it, which isn't what I want. I also don't want to move. Alright, cool, we're gonna do this. Yeah, fuck it. Shillelagh this motherfucker.
Alright, so you swing up at him with your shillelagh.
Yeah, it is. Oh, damn it. I haven't added the thing. Okay, give me a second. Added this. I'm just gonna roll a firebolt and I'll do the damage correctly in a bit.
Okay.
I haven't added the stuff to a shillelagh.
Yeah, 15 would be enough. Striking him with your glowing weapon.
Oh, this is the damage.
9
It's magical.
bludgeoning. Alright, so he takes 9 and looks that much more angry at you. Alright, your turn is ending. New round. Yeah.
No, that was it. I was thinking about moving the thing, but I can't move it because I'll hit him, so I can't.
Yeah. Grinkle.
Grinkle will use another arrow on this guy.
Alright, so Grinkle takes another shot, third magical arrow shot.
Yep. No.
Oh, no, that is gonna miss, sadly. Flying over him.
And after seeing how successful Flint was with his shillelagh, Grinkle will give him bardic inspiration.
Alright, so Flint gains an inspiration, bardic inspiration. That's it for
Yep.
Grinkle. Robert.
Just a second. I'm just marking down everything from him. Yes. Robert will just attack with this guy.
Alright, trying to get his attention off your ally. Yeah, 14 will slash him.
And I will use also my maneuvering attack.
Okay, which one?
And I will allow Flint to move up to half of his speed without provoking attack of opportunity if he wishes.
Okay, so that gives me 30. Alright, cool.
So you
I
move
will.
15 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Hang on. Oh, well, leave me here. You here?
Alright. So you move out from under the creature. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, so Robert's turn is ending. The shadow is going to... Yeah, I guess he'll just go for nil again, continuing his assault. 14, luckily, is not enough, and he will miss. Nil.
I'm gonna try and hit the shadow, I guess.
Alright, so you attack back as he attempts to drain you. 14 will land, cutting into him for 2, as he seems to also resist non-magic damage. Alright.
Neil, could you maybe roll temp HP for me if it's more than 6, just in case?
That's true, I guess
Yeah,
you could get 9.
Yeah.
Alright, so the Wraith goes. He is actually going
Get your
to...
I'm sorry, did Flint get temporary HP? Or did
I've got
Yes.
6, I'm good.
Okay, good. That's just
I'm not rolling higher than 6 for some reason. It's very annoying.
Alright, so he's going to give you an Oppie, Robert, if you want to take it. He's going towards Flint.
The Wraith?
Yeah, the Wraith.
I'll take it.
Oh, yes, that will strike him. So he would take 5. Which... Yeah, so he flies this way. Nil, you would also get an Oppie if you want to take it.
No, I'm fine.
Alright, so Flint, he lunges at you. 18? I think that
Shield.
just hit you. Oh, so as a reaction, you knock him back with a well-placed shield spell. Go ahead and spend your reaction, those of you that took one this turn, and that is it for him. Flint.
Oh, I just want to remind myself how far I can move this thing. I know I can move it, I think it's like 20 feet.
And you would get your reaction back.
In much of the area, blah blah blah. Take 2d12, half much HP.
So Robert, you used yours as
Each
well.
of 2 times, I think that's all you can action between 60 feet in any direction. Alright, cool. We're gonna do this then. Beam moves up here, catching them to.
Okay.
Bonus action, I'll just re-up Shillelagh.
Alright, so you restart your shillelagh, ending your turn. Grinkle.
We got to 7.
Grinkle
thank you.
would move towards here.
Yeah.
Is it then so that this guy has no cover, right?
At this point, I think he has some cover from Flint. You'd have to
Is
be
there a
either
way
here
for-
or right behind Flint
Okay.
to get rid of cover.
Okay, then I think then he will be here and attack this guy with his last magical arrow.
Alright. You fire an arrow over Flint.
And wait a second.
Oh, no luck for that with those arrows. Alright, no. So
Not
then,
luck with
unfortunately.
that, and he will move away here.
Alright. So his turn is ending.
By the way, those arrows that we shoot, are they retrieval afterwards?
Yes,
Retrievable?
so like with any ammunition, you can recover half of them rounded down if you spend time after combat. So you can get 2 back. Go ahead, Robert, your turn.
Robert, turn. Yes, then Robert will move over here and attack the shadowy guy.
Alright, so you go for the shadow within the darkness, within the light. Oh, no luck though. 8, unfortunately.
Does it look like I was off by a lot?
AC is 12, so 4 points.
No, I will not waste.
Okay.
So just miss.
So the shadow goes, starting its turn.
Can I try more than 6 hit points, please?
You can try.
You could try, but Nils, apparently Nils Knight God is unhappy with him. Alright, so the shadow makes a con save. He would fail, taking 8 points as he seems to be vulnerable.
I'm also going to, because I've got a bardic die, I'm going to add the bardic die to my damage roll.
Can you do
for
that?
Moon.
It's
It's one of those magical inspiration. It's this.
Oh, Grinkle is that like
I think
Grinkle's bardic die that you can add it
It's
to?
no, it's Tasha's thing. It's a Tasha. You remember that Tasha's? You could do the.
All right.
I was.
Yeah. Is that from any bard or is that a specific subclass?
Yeah, any bard. No, it's
All
any
right.
bard. It is optional class feature, additional bard stuff.
All right. So go ahead and roll the bardic die.
D6, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. So he would take an additional 4, but he's already very dead. As he is seared by radiant energy. Anything else?
That was his turn, not mine.
All right, he started. So that's it for him. Nil. So unfortunately, there is a bunch of dangerous radiant energy between you and the Wraith.
Yes.
Could you walk through this if you don't end your turn there? Or
I think it's also when you first enter, so no.
okay.
You can do whatever you want.
But if it's when it enters, they both would have had to make the save when I brought this thing. Oh, it's when it enters, not when it. Yeah, they both would have had to make the save when I first brought the moonbeam
Well, it all
upwards,
starts their turn there. Like it's either.
So it's when it's not when the beam first appears somewhere, because by that logic.
No, I meant just because I moved the beam up to me, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, it's I mean, it's on their turn because by that logic, anyone you drag the beam over would technically enter it as you drag the beam. So it's just like on the start of their turn, they basically, or if they go through it during their turn, like if they try to move
that's
through it.
all right. No,
Yeah,
that's cool. I just didn't know if it was all right.
Yeah, then on your turn you can move it 5 feet and then back 5 feet, and
Yeah,
they
you
would
just keep on,
magically
like-
enter it again.
well, it's only the first time, but it would still be really cheesy if you just like put it over everyone. So yeah. Anyway, Neil, what are you doing?
I can't really do anything.
Sorry.
Where's your ranged what is it? Radiant spells.
On a different cleric.
Fair
The
enough.
knight doesn't believe in such things. The knight likes getting close. I am the gentle knight.
Alright, fair enough.
I suppose I just have a look at it.
Command something.
There's
or-
starlight during the night. You could have some radiant energy. I mean, that's what you're.
I have a moonbeam, but we're currently moonbeaming it already, so I could
Sure.
just like double the moonbeam.
Just
but
double moonbeam.
that's
just-
dangerous.
Alright, so what are you gonna
maybe
do?
like
Uh,
throw something at him or command him to stop or something.
I could do that.
Run through the moonbeam.
Dance in the moonbeam. Sure. Let's give command a go.
Alright, what is your command?
Don't move. Is that a
There's a halt command, it's called.
halt?
Yeah, I think it's halt.
Desist.
Alright, so he has to make a wisdom save. Anything else for you?
No, that's it.
Alright, so the Wraith goes. Has to
Oh,
make a
okay.
con save. Unfortunately, he did resist your spell. So he does not take, he does not listen to you. Continuing to go for Flint. But Flint, go ahead and give me some damage. As he
Okay.
is seared by the light of the moon. Oh, good roll. For 14.
Ooh, good.
He is now wounded. And he is going to fly over you to here. And once again attack down at you. Doing a life drain. You are lucking out, as once again, it's a close call, but you dodge. Flint, what are you doing?
All right. First things first. Action. Hit him with my shillelagh.
Alright, so you swing up at him. You can move the moonbeam back on top of him. 12. Unfortunately, he was a 13, so that would just miss.
Okay. And then bonus action. I am going to face step him because as I long rested, when I woke up, I changed from a winter to a spring
Okay.
Eladrin, and he's gonna get teleported over here.
That's one willing creature.
You touch. Oh, it has to be a willing creature.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
So he.
Damn it! I thought that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it would be. Unfortunately, he's probably not going to be willing.
No, cool.
Want to go back in the moonbeam, Mr. Wraith?
I'll just face step my. No, I can't face step myself because of that. Fuck that. Yeah, I can't do it. I just re-up shillelagh.
Okay. So your shillelagh once again lights up. Ending your turn, Crinkle.
Crinkle, who is out of magical arrows, would look at him and say something like, what are those yellow eyes? Like, are you... is there something with your liver? And he will do a vicious mockery on him.
What's the DC on that?
Uh,
13? Alright, so he
13.
would resist, unfortunately, having high self-esteem. He says, "Pies
No.
are fine."
He'll run away.
Alright, Robert.
Robert.
You got a moonbeam in front of you, unfortunately.
And the moonbeam, it goes floor to ceiling, right?
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah, it's
40
40
foot
feet
beam.
high.
So it's searing everything in the hall in front of you.
Let me see. Robert will try to just throw javelin at the guy
Alright. I just realized
with all the
we're,
cover and whatever.
we're way past. So you go ahead, we'll finish up your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21 will strike him.
And I will also do this with maneuvering attack. So Flint can move.
Alright. So he takes 3. And Flint, you can move up
5,
to
right?
half your speed. Oh,
takes
because of the
5
3.
because it's together.
Yeah, so that would be 5. Okay. Which would actually put him to badly wounded. Alright, so Flint can move up to half his speed, and let's do MVP votes. We'll pick it up with nil next week. Good game, everyone. So I got 1 vote, and we'll have a full group next week. So that should be interesting.
We do need magical reinforcements.
Yeah.
We are trying to kill this guy with butter knives.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like we're at that
This
bit
usually
in,
works. We're fighting enemies that are weak against, or strong against weapons. Alright, so Robert, with 2 votes, you are MVP. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
I try to
Medicine.
preserve all my spell slots because that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm just like Moonbeam. That works.
And you said you were taking Scribe, right, Nell?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you down for that. Alright, well, we shall see you all next week then.
Yes.
I'll be taking
Bye-bye.
some notes, but yeah, you're free to take off or hang out, whatever you want.
Casual next. Bye.
I'm just fixing the spelling mistakes in my notes.
It was so stupid and unfortunate that I got hit with this again and I lost my max HP again.
How much HP are you at now?
20.
Luckily you have 8, or else you'd be at 15.
Exactly. Luckily I had 8, so that really helped.
It's
Then, I was dodging and I had bardic inspiration, and with all of that.
Yeah, dodging is can be really helpful until suddenly you just get a really unlucky roll.
No, it's fine. Like I was dodging and I had AC of 18 wild dodge.